Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'm doing your May 2019 general tarot reading for the sign of Virgo, sun, moon, and rising signs. I hope that you enjoyed your your April 2019 reading. So this is for May for Virgo sun, Virgo moon, and Virgo rising signs. So I will use bottom of the deck for general energy for the month, and of course get jumper cards from the Oracle decks for any additional messages for you. So what does Virgo need to know in the month of May 2019? Messages for Virgo, May 2019. Messages for Virgo, May 2019. Messages for Virgo, May 2019. There it is, my friends. Ooh, I'm excited for you. I remember last month was just like a really, really superb reading for you. I know how hard you've been working, so I'm very, very excited. Let's get your cards out, folks. All right, we start out with a little bit of gloom and doom, wind up with a whole world full of heart. You're in the driver's seat. And I know that for a fact because at the bottom of the deck we have the Emperor. Of course, this is the leader. This is the boss. This is Aries energy. We also have Leo energy here. So a great deal of fire energy. Virgo, you may even have some fire in your own chart in the first 5 planets. That's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy. If that's the case, you are, as they say, you're on fire this month. You're feeling good. You're feeling on top of things. You're feeling in the driver's seat, very, very confident. Even if you did have to overcome some worry, I suspect strongly just by looking at this, again, not looking at what card means in its particular position because we are doing a winds of change spread. But it looks, automatically that like you had some concerns, you took a rest from it, you know how to cope. I think you've generated a great deal of learning skills, coping skills that you've learned because you've taken a break from this and now you're giving yourself a lot of options. Now you feel on top of the world because of everything is, finally falling into place for you. And you're just feeling like the king, right? We have the boss and the king here. So Virgo, listen, there's no messing around with you. Out of curiosity, it's just a bad habit now, but I like pulling a couple more cards under. It's a good habit. I'm going to switch that up. I think it's a great habit to look even further under the bottom of the deck. So bottom of the deck energy, again, this is just going to relate to your whole reading with regard to what's going on under the surface of all of this, perhaps, in your environment. So feeling like the boss, underneath that is the moon, a little bit of fogginess. There could be some potential around art or creativity here. So if you use your imagination to your benefit, if you are interested in writing, drawing, creating, doing any spiritual work, for example, using your intuition here would be very wise. Just be careful that you don't get caught up in any fuzziness or fogginess around the mind, right? You're going to use this to your advantage, but don't apply to the real world. This is a really dreamy state card. The moon, it's ruled by Pisces, so we do have an element of undoing here. Again, I don't see anything heavy or untoward. It's just something that you can use to your advantage because it is surrounded by some really beautiful cards. If it was surrounded, say, by some difficult energy, I would say, beware here. Beware of fogginess or fuzziness. Beware of, over daydreaming, spending too much, etc. But that's not what I'm seeing here. It could even be an element of, dreams coming true. Okay, bringing something that you'd only thought about, dreamed about, or imagined, intuited, this type of thing, bringing this to life, because underneath that, of course, is the Page of Pentacles. And this is a new opportunity being brought your way. It could be someone giving you a new opportunity, even if it's a small one, a small new start here around a dream or fantasy even that you've had. And look at, at the end of the day, you're the boss, you come out on top. So I am thrilled to pieces to see that for you. Let's get into each position here. How the change is associated with your physical being or resources. it looks as though it's going to take you aback. So when we're seeing the 8 of Swords here, we're feeling stuck in our own minds. It's almost like something might have been offered to you and you had other plans, but you really like what was offered to you, but you don't know what to do with it. You know, and I think this could even be, if that's your situation, for example. Again, this is a general reading, so use whatever I'm saying and doing here to your benefit when applied to your own situation. But it could just be an element of, I have to consider this. You know, I didn't think about this before. This is something I have to consider. And it could just be mulling around in your head. You're not really sure what step to take, what position to take, even if you're going to make a move, but you are thinking about it quite heavily. Maybe because I can see here, you know, we've already cut this concern in half, right? We went from an 8 to a 4, my dear Virgos. And this is where I know, like 100%, that you've done so much work in learning how to cope with, especially with something that could be troubling here, or, you know, new information or something you weren't expecting. You know how to cope with this and you know how to break it down. So this is extremely positive. It could just be that you need to talk about it, right? Just discuss it, get more information. Could be necessary at this time. But ultimately, this is the only, you know, troubling or heavy card in this entire reading today. So, and it's something that, like I said, it'll be, you know, associated with your resources. I think it's just in terms of what you may be thinking about the opportunity or thinking about your next move here could be more upsetting than actually the next move or opportunity itself. So, and you know this in your heart of hearts, because the challenges, opportunities, or problems that this may bring is an opportunity to relax about it. You're going to go and take your time with it. You're going to just let it rest. Maybe you'll focus on something else and more information will come to the fore, or something will be made available to you, but you know how to calm your mind. So this is enormous growth for anyone. I just love seeing that, you know, that self-calming, that releasing of you know, maybe worry or concern here. Now you're just like, no, I'm going to rest on it. I'm not going to let that concern me. In fact, it might even be good for me to walk away from trying to figure something out right now, because the changes effect on your plans or projects, or how you will be inspired. And I said this at the start, this could introduce something to you that you hadn't considered before. And now you have some options, right? That's all it is. Now you have some options. Now you have more growth potential, opportunity, power than you did before. And I think that's what you did for yourself. You took something that was unusual or you weren't expecting, and took it from a, oh my gosh, it's a concern, to a, no, it isn't. Why? I'll just put it on the back burner and relax about it. And now you treat it like an opportunity. And it's just stunning, because it is what emotional reaction or experience you can expect with this change. This is a legacy. Okay, this is a very happy family. This is parents, grandparents, grandchildren. This is the result of planting, you know, an acorn 10 years ago. This is finally seeing long-term, even if it was slow and a little bit painstaking, right? This is the result of long-term growth and extreme hard work. I do not want to leave that out. We know that the 8 of Pentacles is that apprentice energy. It's someone who is becoming, you know, perfecting their craft, and you've gone all the way up to 10. So it's something that you need to be very, very proud about at this time, proud of yourself about at this time, Virgo, because you've perfected it. Okay, you've taken everything here and used it to your advantage and created something new. And it even looks like you made a choice. It looks like all the options that you had available to you here that were, and you're out of your head, right? You got out of your head about it and you started looking at it from a heart or a soul perspective, which is stunning. And then you got all the way up to, you know, what can you expect? Your emotional reactions is absolute long-term wealth, happiness, a legacy, prosperity, right? This is your value systems, values, investments, and so forth. It could even be your body and physical health as well. But when we're dealing with 10s, we're dealing with chapters closing as well. The next stage after this is, you know, moving up on the Knight, Queen, and King ladders as well. So I think you're going nowhere but up. We can see this here in this, something you need to know about the nature of the change. This will change your heart. So we know that the cups are always about the heart. And I think you will be considered an expert at something here. You could be like I said, you could have finished something here and are about to develop something new or enter something new perhaps you hadn't expected or considered, but is actually going to work out for you in the long run. And as well, as I mentioned before, you could be dealing with a Leo or have have Leo energy that is available to you, or you're asked to be called on. Of course, that's the sun, right? Leo is ruled by the sun. So right in the center of attention, and that could be another element for you as well in the month of May, where you're in the center of everything. You're finally being given the accolades awarded to you that you deserve. Could be another element that's in relation to the nature of the change. Someone is looking at you here, for example, your peer group, your employment environment, whatever's going on for you, someone's looking at you as though you have what it takes to lead. You are very, very adept and competent at what you do, and somebody's recognizing that. So congratulations to you. You need to hear that, I think, because you have been doing extraordinary work. You also have learned how to get out of sort of mentally challenging or over-processing, overthinking, as it were, right? Some of us can be guilty of that, but you've gotten yourself out of that, and that's tremendous. I think what happened here is that you recognized an opportunity for what it was and just stopped overanalyzing it, right? You slowed down, you took a rest from it, and then everything else seemed to work out in your highest good. Please just punch to see this for you. It just seems like another beautiful month for you in the month of May. Let's get some oracle cards for you for some extra messages, Virgo. Messages for Virgo, May 2019. So we have diversion. I would just be aware that you're not getting in your own way. Could be a warning here. On the other hand, it could be that you're being diverted from a path that you thought that you were on, and perhaps that's part of the concern here. You had a plan, something was offered to you, something developed, something occurred, etc., and provided a new opportunity, and now you're just sort of going in a little bit of a different direction. There's nothing here saying that anything died or is complete and you can't go back. So, and I think that you're okay with the diversion. I think it at first maybe caused you a little bit of grief or sleeplessness, but I think you reassessed it and recognized it as the opportunity it really is. Let's get another card for you here. So we had 2 jump out. Manifestation and enchantment. Yeah, 100%. I mean, enchantment is just, so back to the moon card there, which is Pisces ruled. There's a fantasy element to the enchantment card. I mean, we are dealing with a unicorn here, but it doesn't have to be negative, right? Fantasies can come true. You can have healthy, well-balanced, goal-orientated fantasies that you want to bring to fruition. So you could meet with this month. You could be enchanted by something that you're bringing to life or inspired by. And then manifestation, this is where I see you pulling it together. Here we see this in the 10 of Pentacles. You know exactly what it is that you want, what you need to do, and what you're going to get out of it. So I think that's what's going on there with the enchantment and manifestation. And it could look and feel like something like a dream come true. For many Virgos, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That's always a sweet card to see. Forgiveness is key to healing and growth. If you have any issues with your parents or even grandparents, or you are a parent, you could need to you could need to forgive yourself if you are the parent. If you are in any conflict with your parents or grandparents, whether they are alive or deceased, it might be a nice opportunity for you to develop some peace around that. You can do that in the mirror. There's mirror work you can do. You can do that through meditation or prayer, and you can do that through journaling, and of course you can do that in therapy. But this will benefit your personal growth here, and it will help you release any old issues or trauma that you have from the past. It's always a positive card to see that, because of course the focus is healing. And then of course, breathe. Look at this meditator. Beautiful, beautiful meditation. She is so calm and so peaceful, and she is just sitting with what is. It's very calming. She's very relaxed. There is a great deal of potential and personal growth and personal power when we are still, and we know that this has already been beneficial to you because of the Four of Swords here. We know that being still with our thoughts, letting things be, letting things unfold, is very, very positive, especially in the month of May for you. So try not to rush anything. Don't force anything. Stay on track. Keep the dream alive. Don't be afraid to dream here. And I think things will be brought to fruition sooner than later for you, and you'll feel finally, on sturdy ground, on steady ground, established, sturdy, and maybe a little bit maybe that you made it. So if that's the case for you, Virgo, congratulations. This is such a beautiful reading for you. If you do want to check out more messages for your moon and rising signs, if you're cross-watching, check those out. Those might be helpful as well. And of course, for a private reading, my information is in the description for this video below. You can contact me for your own personal reading. Until the next time we meet, have an excellent day and take care of yourself. Bye for now.